Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm not.
and today we're going to be reviewing,
Prison Break.
the second episode of the new series of Prison Break. And I'm going to come out and say it. I was a little disappointed because it wasn't as crazy as last week's episode, but it was grounded in the sense of it was very reminiscent of the, I guess, first season.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
gonna say I thought it was a bit better to be honest.
I, I don't know, maybe I had my hopes set high for some craziness, but yeah, it was very kind of technical, as it were, like in when the escape from Sona and the escape from Fox River. So this episode kind of started off like they were trying to escape. They were a go to escape, and like there was two of them dipping off, and I was sitting there like looking at the other prisoners, and I was thinking to myself, well, why aren't they going too? Because like the Korean guy was Pierre looking up at the thing, like I was expecting him to go with them. It's interesting because the kind of undertone for this kind of escape is that the city's going to kind of fall in like a few days. You know what I mean? The fall of the city is imminent. So I'd just be like, I'd escape and just be like, it's pretty much like an easy escape in the sense that once you're out, the city's going to fall, so no one's really going to be looking for you, so you can just dip out and be free. So
Mhm.
that's kind of
Well,
my.
yeah, that's gonna happen. That's how they're gonna go inside.
Mm, well, they're kind of the whole thing is that the militants are going to come in and kill all the prisoners because they are, and I quote, sinners. There's a lot of kind of religious undertones. So I mean, they kind of get out, as it were, their first kind of escape, but then there isn't a signal, so they end up like having to go back in. And the whole thing is that there's a Sheik of Light or whatever, and this guy's meant to give him a signal where he flashes, well, kind of turns off the power, and there's like two surges, and then it, like in the next 24 hours that is going to go off. They're going to escape. You've also got like one of the people Michael's escaping with is kind of like, I guess, he's kind of taken this guy under his wing, like he's did like a few other times. Like when he escapes from Sona, he takes that Mexican kid with him, and kind of the first time he escapes, he takes I think it's Tweaker with him. So yeah, this kid's in prison for being a homosexual. So it, so yeah, and there's a big issue that like from solitary confinement, because Ramadan's coming up. There's a bunch of like proper like strict Muslims who they think. So he thinks he's going to get killed by them. So his kind of thing is to escape before they get released from solitary confinement. But their plans kind of took a back heel. You got Sarah back in, Sarah, whatever, back in the US, and she's kind of she's got the video that Michael's alive, so she's going round.
Oh my God. The the that thing, you see that trope which I'm sick of seeing in like films and whatnot, where you got a bomb on a timer and they just managed to stop it at one, right?
Yeah.
Right behind that is this thing that happened here with Sarah, where she's watching the video and she's all crying, and her boyfriend, husband, whatever, just happens to ring at that exact moment.
Mm.
Oh, Christ on a bike. But I mean, like, is she gonna get involved? I doubt it. But I think she's not gonna go over to Yemen, is she?
Nah. Well, well, she's gone to Kellerman, and like he know who was like from like the original series. He was like the bad guy who was going around, like as I said last week. He was like one of the guys who were going around shooting people in broad daylight and not caring about it. So he eventually gets dropped by his employer and turns like back onto the kind of government side because he was part of the conspiracy. So now he's working at the State Department, and now he's aware of Michael being this Kaniel Outis guy, I don't know what they're kind of doing, but like, so she goes to see her husband or whatever, or boyfriend, and he's the wackest guy ever. He's sitting there, it's like, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like real sanctimonious in the sense that you got this new character who's like taken Michael's place. He's with Michael's woman and is sitting it like he's been popped and is sitting giving some sanctimonious speech.
Yeah, you're not meant to like him.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
not.
I mean.
He's the guy who's dating the main dude's love interest. It's just not a person you're meant to like. And the bit where he's talking about how, but I think he's essentially trying to infer that Michael's like a sociopath of some sorts. And he's like, oh, I'm not judging. It's like, there you go. That's the point where you're meant to know, yeah, hate this dude.
Yeah, I was just like, this guy's whack. So like, so yeah, kind of. You've got as well. The other plot thing was like, I don't know why they made this big huzzah about him not being Michael Scofield, because like when he kind of goes to escape the first time and is crawling through the thing, I swear the guy next to him calls him Mike. So you've got that, and then like he sends this note out to Lincoln, and all of a sudden Lincoln's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I was like, I guess he's just kind of trying to keep up the premise in front of all the prisoners.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's like at the end of the last episode, they kind of set it up like he might literally in his head think he's this other dude, and like it's going to be some big stuff. But no.
They kind of give it away like the next episode. That's what I mean. I thought so. I was kind of thinking intricately like, oh, this is going to be some kind of real cool thing. No.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather they do it like it this way. It's just I think it's weird how they seem to have dropped that storyline straight away.
Yeah. I think it was just meant to be suspense for the first episode, so you're and an hour, and it's like whatever to get the viewers in next week. So yeah, you got Lincoln going to find this Sheik of Light, and it turns out he couldn't do the thing because he'd been like waylaid, and then they had to get him out, and then he had to get his daughters out or whatever. So you had that big hoo-ha, and then Michael's kind of getting his plan together, so he like burns his head, I guess, to kind of give the impression he's got a fever. So he gets some pills, and then because he's like got one of his cellmates who's got no interest in escaping, even though he probably should, you know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, I'm coming too, you know what I mean? Allow being stuck in here when it all goes south. So he's got this weird phone and thing, so he sends a message to like Sara back, because they think the kid's gone missing, and then they like run round the corner, and then is like there, and she's not all shocked and surprised. She runs round the corner, sees him, instantly calm. She's like panicking, screaming her head off. She goes round the corner, sees him, literally starts talking normally, like literally no emotion. It's like, oh no. Okay.
I say though, thank God, because I could not be asked to sit through a season of Michael and Lincoln and everyone else looking for this damn kid.
Yeah, I thought Teabag was going to pop up. It's interesting because Teabag wasn't in this episode. So she gets like a note from a pizza guy, because pizza said, oh, Michael said, I'm going to order a pizza. And that's obviously the note to Sara, and it's like, hide everyone, there's a storm coming. Oh. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, there's got to be a wider kind of thing going on, because, well, apparently Michael killed the assistant director of the CIA, which is like basically reminiscent of like the first season where Lincoln apparently killed like the vice president's brother.
Right, and Sara like literally said that, didn't she, at one point?
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of weird, like why she has to like take cover in that, even though he's in another country. So obviously there's something going down with the government as well, because I mean, I'm still trying to figure out like why he wants Teabag involved.
I don't know, but it makes sense to me that they're going for whatever that turns out to be. It makes sense to me like that's what they're doing. I know some people, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, I don't know, it's a matter of opinion, but some people might not like that they're repeating it. But when you bring a show back like they're doing after being away for a while, what you always tend to get, rightly or wrongly, is like a greatest hits, right? Or everything the show used to be. So you have a similar plot, you get all the characters back, at least the ones that aren't dead, and even in Michael's case, one that is, and then you make the show again. So it makes sense to me. They're basically going to do a similar plot to what it used to be. However that turns out, again, from this point, I still don't know.
It's basically Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the same. So, Star Wars, Jurassic World, whatever it might be, it's the new reboot where you basically remake the same film
Yeah.
or TV show in this case.
And then just whack it in another country. So yeah, they fight that they kind of get the guy. He does the signal. Then like it's Ramadan, so the like big angry guy and his gang are gonna come out and kill like Michael's buddy who's in there for homosexuality. The guy comes up, it's all sinister, he walks out, and then they hug each other, and it's like obviously is part of the plan to escape as well. So it was like, oh, I thought Michael was going to get battered or something, there was the big like, oh, he's walking towards him real slow, what's going to happen? They end up hugging, and it's like Michael's talking Arabic. It's like, alright then, mate. So
Well, but even that, and again, it's not really a complaint. I think it's probably the smart thing to do. But even that, granted, he wasn't like a super terrorist that ran Yemen or whatever. But even that's kind of similar to Teabag was the big dog in the prison, right? And Michael helps him get out. So
it was the what?
Big dog.
You said that so angrily. You're so angry.
I'm still bugged by Teabag. The idea of the character. I mean, you were talking about him being at the school. That would piss me off.
No.
He's a paedophile, isn't he? I don't get how you can even work around that. I still don't understand it.
No, but when he gets into his stuff and that, he's probably reformed. You know what I mean? But
you can't reform a paedophile.
When he gets into it is if you look past that, is an interesting character. When he starts to feature more and he interacts with more like main characters, trust. Let's talk numbers.
Yeah, I'll go 7.5. I had fun this week. I think I'm just glad we got back to Michael. That's what bugged me throughout the whole first episode. I mean, yeah, there was a goofy crap in it as well, but I'm thinking let's just get to him. And then when we did, he apparently wasn't Michael, which has gone away now, which I'm fine with. But 7.5.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8. They kind of got back to the serious kind of thing. There's more interesting kind of cool there's cooler questions than the kind of doofy. Yeah, there's still doofy stuff going on, and it is slightly far-fetched, but I mean it seems to be a little more clever this episode. So I mean I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm kind of real enjoying it. So I mean I guess next episode's going to be the big escape, unless like something else happens. So I mean, because the kind of title credits of the thing where it does the music, it kind of does a show of like everything that's kind of going on, and you see like Michael carking out like right at the end on like the little sand hill or whatever. So I mean, I'm interested what kind of happens next in the episode. So yeah, that's our review of the second episode of Prison Break. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you next week.